my channel. Today we're going to be doing my 2015 beauty favorites. So first off, so sorry it took me so long to get this video up. I had wanted to film it before I went out of town and I was not able to, so I thought this would be like one of the first videos I filmed when I got back. So I have all of my products that I have been loving throughout the year of 2015. Really like my ride or dies, my tried and true, my holy grail products that I use pretty much throughout the year. I tried to keep products that I like recently discovered like toward the end of the year out of the video because I really want to go through products that I love for, you know, the entire year. I'll keep it short and sweet because I know this video is going to be super long. So grab a drink, grab a snack. If you're new to my channel, then make sure you click the subscribe button down below and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this in like the order that I do my face. So we'll start with brows. So 2 brow products, Anastasia of course. And another thing is, everything that I talk about in this video, I will leave down below in the description bar, and I'll have a link as well. That way you guys can find the products wherever they're sold at. So first thing's going to be brow products. 2 products I love throughout the year of 2015. The first product is going to be the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. So I actually went through one of these this year. Like, it pretty much dried up, and as you can see, I've already used and abused this one. This is really great. It's a pomade for your brows, and honestly it kind of locks your brows in place, but it's to fill in your brows. Typically I use this on a day-to-day basis because it's just faster for me to use the dip brow, but toward the year I have been noticing my brows were looking like a little bit patchy in pictures, so I picked up the Brow Wiz by Anastasia. It is a double-sided brow pencil. So one side you have a spoolie to spoolie out your brows down here, and then the other side is a pencil to fill them in. I really like this for a more natural looking brow. Whenever I do the dip brow, it's more of like a sculpted look, but I love them both. I think they're really great products, and I would definitely suggest checking them out if you aren't currently in love with your brow products. I know a lot of people really like Anastasia, and she kills it whenever it comes to brow products. Then also on top of that, MAC Painterly Paint Pot was my go-to always, every single time. Eyeshadow primer, so I really like this. It's just a like nude-based shadow primer, so I will put this on my eyelids just to kind of like even out, get rid of like the veins and those kind of things, and then you will just go in with your eyeshadow. Loved it. I actually didn't use anything else really throughout the year because this was my favorite. Shadows, my favorite part. Okay, so y'all know that I could not do a 2015 favorites without mentioning my Makeup Forever eyeshadows. And also, let me just say, I love Z palettes too. Like, I don't really talk about them a lot in my videos, but these are little palettes that you can get. They're just like plain palettes, and you can put your eyeshadows in them, but it makes it really, really convenient, especially to store, and then that way everything is kept nice and neat in a palette. So these are some of my Makeup Forever shadows. This is actually the colors that I grabbed for my birthday trip. Oh, as soon as I discovered these shadows, like, it was love at first sight. So I don't know like what I would have did if I didn't discover these in 2015. These shadows are so amazing. They're so creamy. They're pigmented. I mean, let's just look at this one right here, okay? Sorry for like the middle finger. I mean, look at the pigmentation in them. Honestly, like, yes. I don't know what took me so long to find these shadows. I say that every time that I talk about them, but really, like, I feel like there's no shadows like them on the market. They're super pigmented, super creamy. They blend out like a dream. Really, since I started using these shadows, like, there weren't other shadows that I really wanted to grab because I was just so happy with these shadows. I think they're really great. Now, they are kind of pricey, so if you buy them individually, they're $21. I know, right? So if you get 2, then they give you a discount. If you get 3, then you get all 3 for $44. You just add the little trio pack on Sephora.com and it makes them $44. But honestly, they're so worth the money. Like, I own so many of their shadows. Let's do another one. I mean, look at that. Do you see that? I mean, it's just like, you can't beat it. I wish I could show you guys like more darker colors too, because all of them are so pigmented. Let's do this like red color in this palette. Sorry, I'm just like, do you see that? Swatching away over here. I mean, there's the red. So all of them are super, super pigmented. Another thing that they've been doing, which I really like it, is they came out with shadow palettes. So Artist Shadows 1, 2, and 3, they're in different volumes. And pretty much what it is they're taking their shadows and they're putting them in these cute little palettes. So let's look at volume 2, because volume 2 is actually on sale right now. So these are $42 or $44, I think. Like I said, I'll leave it all linked down below. But this one's actually on sale right now. So what they're doing is they put 9 little shadows in a Makeup Forever little palette like this. And right now they have 3 different ones out. So this is the number 2. But I mean, they are the same exact consistency as the other shadows, like the bigger shadows. So I mean, look at that. Beautiful. So this is volume 2. I'll show you the other ones really fast. This is volume 3. This is the newest one, and if you want to see this swatched, I actually swatched it in my latest Sephora haul video. So that's Artist Palette number 3. And then they also have number 1, which is really pretty. It's like neutral tones, and then you have like a black for like a smoky eye. But these shadows are really great to give you guys more bang for your buck, because you're getting to try out 9 shadows. I mean, honestly, the Makeup Forever shadows are humongous, so you probably would never use like a full one. So I would definitely suggest checking these out, especially if you haven't tried Makeup Forever shadows. Girl, you are missing out. So anyways, Holy Grail Forever Makeup Forever shadows, my favorite. I feel like I should be like on a campaign for Makeup Forever because I love their shadows so much. So along with that, some other shadows I've been loving, which today's been a hot mess. I actually like broke some of the stuff that I'm talking about because I had it laid up on the counter and it fell. Morphe shadows. This year I discovered Morphe, and you cannot go wrong with Morphe. Like, their palettes are so inexpensive. They have quality, like high-end brands, and you just can't beat them. So this is the 350. This is like their most popular palette, and it sells out a lot, but look at these warm tones. They are so beautiful, and like when I say it's an affordable price, these palettes are $22.99, I believe, and there's always 10% off codes that you can search for. But let's just look at this. I mean, these shadows are so pigmented, and honestly, like, if you can't do the Makeup Forever ones, this would be my next choice, because they are like extreme. I wish I could swatch this one for you, but I like pretty much cracked it off today. But they're so pigmented. They're really great too, especially like I said, for the price point. They're like drugstore price, high-end quality. I just like ripped my hair out. There's some swatches of that palette. I mean, come on, look at that. This one is a beautiful. It's the 350. It's always sold out. But another one that's really great, that's a bunch of, they're like purple tones, is the 35P palette. Let me see if I can grab that. My hand's gonna be so swatched up later on. Okay, so this is the 35P palette. This is actually the palette I did my New Year's Eve look on. I mean, look at the pigmentation in the purple. These are so awesome. I mean, look at these. Great bang for your buck, especially if you're like a starting makeup artist or just someone who wants to like expand your collection and get new shadows. These are really great to try out because you can do so many looks with them. So look how pretty those are. So pretty for purple tone. Really like those palettes. They're amazing. I'm like so glad that I finally broke down and decided to try Morphe. Of course it was because of Jaclyn Hill. I think she's like the one that like pretty much made Morphe be known to everyone. So yeah, great palettes. The 35P is the purple one. The 350 is the like orange one, the one that's pretty much always sold out. So I also love Morphe brushes. I'm not really going to go into brushes because this is more like beauty products, but their brushes were on point this year. So a few other things that I really like this year. So I did really love the Makeup Geek Fold Shadows. Grandstand was a favorite of mine this year. It is like a really pretty metallic rose gold color. I also really liked Flamethrower, which is like a really nice burnt orange. Swatch this right here for you. And then Magic Act, which these are like a few random ones, but they're fold shadows I really gravitated to this year, especially at the beginning of the year, because they are so beautiful. And they also have really good matte shadows too. Of course, you buy those individually, so it just depends on, like I said, what you're looking for in your shadows. But Makeup Forever is my #1 holy grail. Then we have Morphe, and then of course the Makeup Geeks were my 3 favorite die-hard shadows this year. 2 eyeliners this year. So of course my ALOT gel liner in the number 77 is a holy grail. It's a gel liner that I use. Really dark and it's really creamy and smooth, and it's just dark. I mean, there's nothing else like it. I feel like this is one of the darkest black gel liners that I've found. Now sometimes I will like mess with my eyes. I have like a really bad tendency of rubbing my eyes. So if I'm like completely done with my makeup and I've messed with my eyes and I've rubbed the gel off a little bit, I do really like this Maybelline Line Stiletto. This is like an ink pen, not an ink pen, it's like a little felt tip liner, and you can buy it at the drugstore, but I really like it because the edge is super sharp, so I can really just kind of outline the wing to make it a little bit darker if I end up rubbing off the gel liner. This year was a year of lashes for me, so a lot of you guys don't know this, but really before I started doing YouTube, I didn't ever wear lashes. Like, I know I wore lashes at like prom, maybe on my birthday once or twice, but never like I've wore them this year since I started my channel. So it's just hard because when you are in front of the camera, like, I've filmed before without lashes, and it just makes my eyes look weird. I just feel like lashes stand out a lot more, especially being on camera. Typically, I'm not wearing lashes out to work or like to the movies. You know, I just typically wear them when I'm on my channel or like taking photos. They do really look nice in photos. Y'all should have seen me like the first time I ever put on these lashes. I called my friend Jacqueline. I was like, oh my gosh. It feels like there's big caterpillars on my eyes. So these are my favorite lashes for the year. They are the House of Lashes. I hope you guys can see these. The House of Lashes Iconic. I went through so many pairs of these. These are my favorite lashes. They are pretty dramatic, but I love them. I think that they show up really great, and I think they're really good for like my eye shape. So yeah, the House of Lashes Iconic. And as long as you take good care of these, you can use them a whole lot. So I love these lashes. And also their lash glue is really good too. Like, your lashes don't budge, but you gotta be careful because if you're a newbie and you like get it on your lashes, which I do sometimes still, you can like rip your lash out. Oh, I know. Okay, let's move on. Oh, and if I'm not wearing fake lashes, 2 mascaras that I love to use. I discovered the Too Faced Better Than Sex, and I know what everybody's talking about now because it is awesome. Like, on a day-to-day basis at work, I wear this, and it makes my lashes almost look fake. It's awesome. So that's the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I wear that on my top lashes. I don't know why I just did like that, but I wear that on my top lashes, and then for the bottom lashes, I wear the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. This stuff is amazing because before I would wear the L'Oreal, I think it's like Carbon Black or something like that, and I would get home, like literally I'd look like a panda because all of the stuff would like flake out underneath my eyes. This stuff is awesome. Like, I've never had any fallout underneath my eyelashes throughout the day whatsoever when I wear this, so it's something that I'll forever use. Alright, let's talk about some primers. So, I'm sure y'all already know, this year I fell in love with the Makeup Forever primers. They released I think they're just called Step 1 Equalizer primers or something like that. So pretty much they have a bunch of different ones, but the 2 favorites that I love, one is the Base Smoothing. Let me tell you how this works. So pretty much it gives you a smooth canvas. Whether you have wrinkles, fine lines, bumps, whatever it might be, this stuff, it just pretty much like, I don't want to say like puts a coating, but you know what I mean, like it gives you like a coating on your face, and it's like super smooth. I love the texture of it too. So anyways, I really like this one. This one is like my go-to everyday primer because I think it does really great, and it also, like I said, it gives you like a smoothing effect on your face. So no matter what you have like going on, it really helps combat it. Now I am kind of combo, so sometimes I get super oily in my T-zone. This stuff, the matte primer, pretty much if you're oily, you need this in your life. It is so awesome. Like, it like literally feels like as soon as you put it on, it's like, because it literally like almost sucks the oil out of your face. You don't even want to put it all over your face. Pretty much I only try to put this like in my T-zone area because it's that mattifying, but like I said, if you're oily, please give this a shot because sorry I like screamed, but it's so good, and it made me a believer in primers and making my makeup where I don't look like a complete old pool, I guess. So really great primer. 3 foundations really stuck out to me this year. So my first foundation I actually discovered last January, so I've really used this through the whole entire year. That is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. I love this foundation. I feel like a lot of people don't really gravitate toward Estee Lauder. I mean, their packaging is not the cutest, but this foundation's awesome. Like, if I want to do a makeup look where I know everything's gonna pop, like my contours are gonna show up, this is what I go to, because 1, it's going to stay all day, 2, it's super full coverage, 3, it's like really great too, I feel like, for oily skin, because it does keep you pretty matte. But this is really awesome. I love it. I love the way it looks on camera, and it's one of my favorite foundations. It doesn't come with a pump. I actually purchased the pump at MAC Cosmetics because it's just like one of the dropper things where you just kind of pour it out. But yeah, love this foundation, the Estee Lauder Double Wear. Then the next foundation that I loved is the Makeup Forever HD foundation. I really like this whenever I'm filming, because it does give you like a flawless face, especially in pictures. So I do have to build this up a little bit. I feel like the newer one is not as full coverage as the previous one, but it is one of my favorite foundations. And then I also have been loving, for the last couple months, the Cover FX Natural Finish Oil Free Foundation. I feel like even if you're dry, this would work for you, but it's a really great full coverage foundation. Pretty much I love full coverage foundations, but yeah, the Cover FX one is one of my favorites as well. Then bronzers and contours. So of course I could not leave out my Kat Von D contour palette. A lot of people will ask me what my favorite contour palette is out of all of my contour palettes that I own, and it's this one. It's my favorite, and I love that it's really versatile, because this shade range right here is going to work really good for light skin tones. This right here is really great for medium. This is a perfect color for underneath your eyes, and this right here is going to work really great for darker skin tones. I think I also heard that they're coming out where you can do like pan forms, where you can like pop these out and do different shades, so I hope so. But this is one of my favorite contour palettes. I think it's really awesome, really blendable. The colors are like really great. They're not muddy. They're really great for a contour, and if you haven't found your best contour palette yet, the Kat Von D is excellent. A bronzer I have loved this year is the Too Faced Dark Chocolate Soleil bronzer. This stuff is so awesome. I really like it to just bronze my face. I don't know what it is about it. Like, it gives you the perfect amount of warmth. Like, I love the color that it gives you, and I really like this, and I even use this sometimes to contour too. I also really like, and I can't find it, it's like lost somewhere, but the Benefit Hoola bronzer I started using this year, and I really like that one, especially for like a natural looking contour. Now, I did discover the NARS blushes toward the end of the year, but I really wanted to talk about ones that I've been using like more frequently throughout the year. Blush is like kind of a hard thing for me, because I feel like I can never find like my perfect blush. I feel like that's just something that I can never get right. The Becca Cosmetic blushes are excellent. I really love the one called Songbird. It looks like this. This is like a shade that really stood out to me, especially this winter, because it had like those orangey tones. And the thing is like, these blushes are really pigmented. They're really pretty, but you can just dust them on with like a Duo Fiber brush, and you can just give yourself a wash of color. And then the one called Wild Honey is also really nice. It's like a more nude color. That Songbird right here and Wild Honey right here, 2 really beautiful blushes. Urban Decay also came out with some blushes that I love this year, but if I had to pick like a one holy grail, definitely the Becca blushes were my favorite. Oh, another powder before I forget. I also started using the Ben Nye Luxury Powder, and I love this stuff to bake with. So pretty much what that means is, whenever you do your contour, if you want to like clean it up and get it sharper, or you mess up and you bring it down too low, or whatever it may be, I use the Ben Nye Luxury Powder, and I'll just take a sponge and I'll put it up under here, and I'll let it set until I do the rest of my face. Then I'll just brush it off, and it really cleans up your contour. It makes like literally the biggest difference in your contour. So if you're having problems contouring, let's say it's just not looking right, or it's just not like standing out in pictures, this stuff is really great. And this is the Banana shade in the Ben Nye Luxury Powder. 2 highlights that really stood out for me this year. Champagne Pop, of course, and it's one that I broke today. So So anyways, this is one that Jaclyn Hill created with Becca Cosmetics, and it was actually limited edition, and like literally when it came out, people were like, oh my god, I bought 10 because it's gonna sell out. Thankfully, they actually made it permanent, so if you weren't able to get it, it is still available and it's going to be a permanent item. But it's so pretty. It's like the most pretty champagne gold color that I have ever seen. I feel like it just looks great whether like I have a tan or I don't have a tan. I feel like it looks really good on all skin tones. I really like it for like an inner corner highlight too. And then the Anastasia one I love in So Hollywood. It looks like this. And again, just a really nice gold highlight. This one's just a little bit like bam. Y'all know me, like I love my like crazy beaming from outer space highlight. So that is the So Hollywood highlight right here. But those were probably my two favorite highlights throughout the year. The Laura Geller one's also really good too. I keep like naming more, like I feel like I'm like, oh my gosh, let me have a pick 3, 4, and 5. But really, like if I had to pick two, just two, those two would be my favorite ones. I feel like I'm gonna get through the end of this video and somebody's gonna be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you didn't say blah blah blah. And it's honestly probably because I forgot to say it. So forgive me. Okay, now we're gonna talk about some lip products, and then there's a couple like other random stuff that I'm gonna throw at the end of the video, all beauty related though. So as far as lips, y'all know I'm gonna have a lot of lip products. First thing's going to be ColourPop, the color Lumiere, which is the color that Kathleen Lights created. ColourPop lippy sticks are so inexpensive. They're $5. They have really great lip liners, and this color is just a standout shade to me. It's so similar to NARS Anna, which is like $32, and this is $5. So beautiful color. I love, love, love this color. Next one is the Anastasia lip gloss in Black Cherry. So I discovered her lip glosses, well they came out this year, so that's probably why I discovered them this year. But they are so pigmented, like they are the most pigmented glosses I've ever laid my hands on. And they are not sticky, they're really creamy. And this shade right here is to die for. I love that. I think it is beautiful in the winter. They, I believe, still have a set that I'll link down below that has this in it. These retail for $16, and the whole set that comes with 8 glosses is $40, which is a killer steal. The lip glosses are wonderful and they smell like cake batter, so that's like my favorite. Love the color Truffle by Dose of Colors. It is a beautiful nude. I have a lot of their liquid lipsticks and I use like this one and Stone a lot, but this one is a beautiful color. Nude, really great for every day. I also fell in love with Stila liquid lipsticks this year. I had never tried them and I got a set around the holidays and I fell in love with them. They last all day. They're the stay all day liquid lipsticks, but like literally they last all day long. They're super comfortable. They're not drying, and I wore this color right here, Patina, from 8 in the morning until 12 o'clock at night through 3 meals, and it was still on my lips, like didn't even have to touch up. So that right there is Stila Patina. It's this color right here at the end. They're just really awesome. So that is probably one of my favorite liquid lipsticks, as well as Kat Von D. So Kat Von D, I finally broke down and tried Lolita. It's almost like a brown mauve color. I feel like Lolita is one of those colors that every time I wear it, I always get asked what I'm wearing on my lips. And that right there is Lolita. And it also lasts all day, super comfortable. The liquid lipsticks that I have that I don't like, I normally don't talk about. So Lolita Kat Von D is a beautiful shade as well. Okay, a few more things and then we're going to wrap up the 2015 favorites. But first thing I want to talk about, this is the Cinema Secrets makeup brush cleaner, and I love this stuff. So like what I'll do typically is I will take like a dry paper towel. So let's say I have like a brush with like purple on it. I'll swirl it around in the paper towel with a little bit of this on it, and it cleans it right up. And it's like pretty much instantly drying, so then I can just go back in and go ahead and go in with another color. And what I really like to do is use this like in between deep cleaning, because let's be honest, we all cannot deep clean our brushes like every week or two. So the ones that are like really bad, I'll go ahead and clean with that, and then it will kind of get them on until the next one. Another thing is my Loving Tan. So this is the Loving Tan 2-Hour Express in Dark. This is a self-tanner. 2015 was like my self-tanning year. Like I used to be a like tanaholic. Like I used to always want to be in the tanning bed. I really like came to a point where I was like, okay, being in a tanning bed like is not the best choice because, you know, it ages you and you can get skin cancer and those kind of things. And so I really decided to stick to not tanning. And this stuff was amazing. Like, honestly, I would have rather used this than lay out in the sun. It gets you from pasty white to like walking off the beach in the Bahamas. Like, I'm not kidding, this stuff is awesome. It does not streak. It dries in 2 hours. You're good to go. You can wipe it off and you are a tan mama jama. And I actually just talked about this in my empties video because I had went through one of the containers. They actually reached out to me and gave me a code that you can use if you guys do purchase it. It's just Danielle Ray XO, and it will actually get you a free tanning mitt. So that was really awesome. And like I said, I've been on a rampage with that stuff. I love it. I literally self-tan like once a week because I don't like being like super pale. This stuff is just amazing. Amazing. I cannot like tell you enough how awesome it is. One more thing, I did actually take a Snapchat while I was out of town, and I was like super pasty, and then like 2 hours later I was like, oh, I'm tan again, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, what are you using? What is that stuff called? That's what it is. It's really awesome. I've used a couple of self tanners, and that one's like the best one I've used, best one on the market, and it gets you the darkest. One last thing I want to mention also is Ebates. So I know I've talked about this a few times in my videos, but Ebates was something I discovered this year. Y'all know I'm a shopper. I love hauls. I do hauls all the time. And Ebates is pretty much a website that gives you a percentage back on everything you spent online. So what I did is they actually have a thing you can download that's like the cash back button. And what it is a button that, like, let's say that you go to a website and like Ebates is using them, it will be like 8% cash back, and then you just click it and it gives you 8% cash back. So if you guys aren't signed up for that, I would definitely suggest it. I mean, we makeup junkies, you know, I appreciate getting money back because then I'm like, oh, free money for makeup. So I'll leave that link down below for you guys. And last favorite of 2015 is you guys. 2015 was so amazing. I feel like it's weird saying it because we're already in 2016, but honestly 2015 was like one of the best years of my life, and I'm so grateful to be doing YouTube, and I'm so grateful to have so many supporters. And for everybody watching this, I love you so much. Thank you for watching. You know, I hope I can do as many giveaways in 2016 as I did in 2015, and just show you guys how much I appreciate you, because y'all mean the world to me, and I cannot thank you enough. I feel like I say it all the time, but I will keep saying it because y'all are literally everything. So anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know what your holy grails were for the year. I want to know, because let's be real, y'all know I like to shop, and if I like don't know about something, then y'all need to let me know. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much as always, and I'll see you in my next video. It's going to be an IMATS haul. Bye!